Well, what I love that. Is that the coolest AI tool that you have found?
No, I'll tell you the coolest one I found so far. I mean,
Okay.
there's a lot of cool stuff out there. I'm going to quickly say this. The music that we create for videos that we produce, most of which now is created by AI. We just go in and tell it what the mood is, what the feel is, what length we need, and it will create it for us, which means I am never infringing on somebody else's material because it's just computer generated. Okay. Sounds great.
What tool is that, Chuck? What AI tool is that?
Sound Draw. A lot of the images, like the one that you were talking about for the two old ladies that were sitting on the porch, I use Midjourney for. So most of the images now that come out that are connected to my blogs or whatever are AI generated. So I don't have to now go buy images. I can let AI create it. But the one that I think right this moment, well, I don't know, there's two. I'm going to call it, this is a tie. One is called Designer, Designrr. Everybody spells stuff weird now, okay? But Designer. And Designer basically will write a book for you. Now, Jane, let me be crystal clear. It is not an emotional book. It's not going to replace you or me with Second Chances or John Grisham or Stephen King. It's not that. But if you were writing, like, for example, the first book I wrote with Designer was How to Prevent Fraud in a Small Business. It will never be a bestseller. But in terms of content, technical content, accurate content, it's wonderful. So I went in and I said, I want to write a book, how to prevent fraud in a small business. Here's what I'm looking at. Here are some keywords, et cetera, et cetera. Create it. Had a thing called Word Genie. Hit the button. 3 hours later, it wrote a 110-page book. It wrote the book. It put pictures in the book. It formatted the book. It was like, elf on a shelf, book in a can. I mean, it just, boom, there it was. I took the content, I read it, I put it into Grammarly. I just wanted to make sure that I was comfortable with it. I put a few examples in from time to time to Chuck Isaac, but I promise you, 5% of it was me, 95% was AI, okay? Now, some people would be like, well, you didn't write a book. Well, okay, I didn't write a book. But here's the reality. When I finished it, I hit, yep, I'm good with it. And it immediately distributed it to all of the platforms. So now if you go to iLibrary with Apple and you look up Chuck Gallagher books, one of my books is How to Prevent Fraud in Small Businesses. It is an ebook. And what I've done with it is made sure that I'm giving it away to the people in my database, because it's like, I believe if you've got a tool that will help you prevent fraud, yay. It is not about me making money. It's about me sharing information. It just made sharing it easier.
So I'm hearing this too, though. I'm hearing what a lot of people are doing to make it more, quote, ethical, and they feel better about it. You read the whole thing.
Yep.
You added examples. You made it your voice. See, a lot of people aren't going in and editing it so it's theirs, so to speak.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'll write something, I'll put it in, and I've got whole documents, and I'll say AI generated, and I'll either strike through. I'll say, oh, I like that line. Oh, I like that line. Oh, that's great. I could never think of this on my own. Right. And so that's kind of how, but what you've done too, just taking it to the next level with this AI Genie, and goodness knows what else is going to be out there now.